Hi, I'm Dr. Samantha Durland, and we're back again. And today we're going to talk about some basics about menopause. Menopause is something that oftentimes we don't talk about and we certainly fear. And different cultures have different belief systems, and so it just seems slightly like a mystery. I really feel like menopause and perimenopausal change starts for many women at the age of about 35, and it kind of ebbs and flows. The definition of menopause is no period for a year. But know that the changes actually start for like over a decade beforehand. At the age of 35, we're advanced maternal age when we're pregnant. After 40, we're elderly gravid, as horrible as that is to say. And so we would have to know that the eggs that are left behind are just not the same quality of eggs that when we were 20. And our eggs and our sex hormones help us with energy and well-being, both physically and mindfully. And so definitely by the age of 35 or 40, so many of us are still like very active. There's lots of stressors going on in our life. We're still giving out so much energy, but to not have as much biological energy inside and still try to give so much out, we start to, for the first time in our life, feel a deficit and feel a change. And that deficit can feel like anxiety, it can feel like sleep disturbance, it can feel like your sexual drive goes down. You can have changes of how your vagina feels or how your bladder feels. We can have difficulty with word finding. We can start gaining weight. And a lot of those changes actually start before the actual period weirdness starts. It gets really difficult sometimes to even know what's going on with your periods when we have an progestin secreting IUD like a Mirena in, or we've had a uterine ablation, because when we have those put in, we're super excited not to have periods, but there's this feeling just from being in a body that doesn't have all that energy that just feels off. So what is perimenopause? And I think that's a very interesting question, because I believe if you look at different resources, you're going to get lots of different answers. So perimenopause in a classic model would be the few years that is leading up to the actual cessation of menses, when your periods are not regular. I feel like that definition a lot of times doesn't do justice to the fact that there's lots of other changes that go along with this that aren't necessarily just your periods. It's how you think, it's how you sleep, it's about your emotional and mental health as well as your sexual well-being. To me, it's the several years leading up to that where you're having hormonal shifts and not as much support from your ovaries to help you have the best day you can have. When we're going through these changes, a lot of times we'll feel alone and we just feel isolated. And know that you're not. Know that reach out and know that there's hope. You can talk to your neighbor, you can talk to your friends, you can talk to your sister, you can talk to your mom, and that'll give you a little bit of help. But really, you have to kind of tailor the perimenopausal experience to the person that's right in front of you. So don't be dissuaded if your friend or your mom said, menopause was so easy for me, and you feel like you're struggling. It's very real for you. And so if you're experiencing these things, the inability to remember and concentrate is one of them, your sleep is off, your sexual health is just not where you want it to be, reach out, ask questions, because you don't have to feel alone, and this is something that every woman goes through. Know that you're not changing to somebody else, you're just a girl going through some changes, and there are tools in the tool chest to help you have a good day. So thanks again for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.